Imagine how the queen of pop, who is ridiculed for her silence, makes skeptics swallow their words and the audience erupt in applause with one sentence. This is not a line from Taylor Swift's new album, but a real night when her silence became louder than any hit. You won't believe how she broke the mold and what it changed forever. New York City, February 22nd, 2025. The Metropolitan Museum of Art hums under the glow of crystal chandeliers, their golden light bouncing off marble floors and designer gowns. Tonight's gala isn't about fashion. It's a fundraiser for music programs in underfunded schools, a cause that's drawn the glitterati of Hollywood and the music world. The air buzzes with the scent of Creed perfume and the clink of champagne flutes. Drake chats up a producer near the bar. Leonardo DiCaprio flashes his signature grin at a table of donors, and Billie Eilish twirls a neon green strand of hair, whispering to her team. It's a room of power players, each move calculated, each laugh rehearsed. But in a shadowed corner, away from the spotlight's glare, sits Taylor Swift. She's a vision in a sleek black gown with a plunging neckline, her blonde hair swept into a messy bun that somehow looks effortless. A single curl dangles over her cheek as she cradles a champagne flute, her fingers brushing the stem absent-mindedly. She's quiet, too quiet for a night like this. Her blue eyes scan the room, sharp and unreadable, like she's waiting for something no one else can see. Around her, the whispers swirl. Taylor's here, but she's not here, you know? Bet she's plotting her next breakup song. She's too big to mingle with us mortals now. The paparazzi hovering near the velvet ropes trade theories. Will she flop tonight or steal the show? The evening unfolds like a well-oiled script. The MC cracks a few tame jokes, an auctioneer hawks a signed guitar for 6 figures, and the crowd claps politely. It's all predictable glamour, the kind of night that ends with a press release and a few Instagram posts. But there's an undercurrent, an itch in the air that no one can name. Taylor sips her drink, her lips barely touching the glass, and the reporters circling the edges nudge each other. She's been off the grid lately. New album soon, one mutters. Nah, she's just coasting on old hits, another snipes. They're hungry for a story, and Taylor, silent, poised, untouchable, feels like the perfect bait. Across the room, Caitlin Morris, Billboard's sharp-tongued reporter, adjusts her mic. Her blonde hair catches the light, her black blazer crisp against the chaos of sequins. She's the evening's wild card, known for turning fluff pieces into viral takedowns. Her eyes lock on Taylor, and a smirk tugs at her lips. The crowd doesn't know it yet, but the script's about to rip in half. Something's brewing, a spark waiting to catch fire, and Taylor, whether she likes it or not, is at the center of it. The Met Gala hums along, a symphony of clinking glasses and hollow laughter, when Caitlin Morris steps into the spotlight. She's all angles, sharp cheekbones, sharper wit, her blonde hair glinting like a blade under the chandeliers. The mic's in her hand, and the crowd leans in. They know her reputation. Billboard's darling doesn't pull punches. She starts easy, tossing bars at the A-listers. Drake's got more collabs than friends tonight, she quips, and the room chuckles. Leo's here scouting his next 20-something date, she adds, earning a roar. She's in her element, a predator circling prey. Then her gaze slices through the haze and lands on Taylor Swift. The hall quiets, a ripple of anticipation spreading like wildfire. Taylor sits still, her champagne flute now half empty, her fingers tracing its rim. Caitlin's smirk widens. She's found her mark. And here's Taylor Swift, she announces, voice dripping with mockery. The breakup song generator herself. You churn out hits about exes like at a factory job, but without a mic, you're mute as a fish on dry land. What's the deal, Taylor? No new boyfriend to spark that tongue of yours. The room explodes. Laughter crashes like a wave, loud and jagged. Some clap, others cringe. Drake snorts into his drink. Billie Eilish raises an eyebrow, but the Swifties in the back hiss, their phones already recording. Caitlin's not done. She leans forward, eyes glinting with mischief. Come on, Swift, give us something. Or are you just a pretty doll with a blank lyric sheet? The jab lands hard, a double-edged sword slashing at Taylor's talent and spine. The crowd splits, half revel in the roast, half hold their breath. Taylor doesn't flinch. Her face stays stone cold, but her grip on the glass tightens, knuckles whitening. The curl dangling over her cheek trembles slightly as she exhales. Cameras zoom in. Linz is hungry for a crack in her armor. Will she shrink, laugh it off, or storm out? The paparazzi buzz. She's toast. No, she's plotting. Caitlin stands tall, mic poised like a weapon, daring her to bite back. The air thickens, electric with the weight of 1,000 eyes. Across the hall, a producer mutters, she's gonna let it slide. She always does. A Swiftie in a glittery dress snaps. Shut up. She's got this. The tension coils tighter, a rubber band stretched to snap. Caitlin tilts her head, smug, as if she's already won. But Taylor's eyes lift, slowly, deliberately, and lock on her. They're not soft anymore. They're steel. The room doesn't know it yet, but the hunter just became the hunted. The Met Gala freezes as Taylor Swift rises. Her champagne glass slams the table. Liquid sloshes over the edge, a sharp crack slicing the silence. The laughter dies, swallowed by a hush so thick it chokes the room. Her heels strike the marble like gunfire, each step a declaration. Caitlin Morris falters, her smirk twitching as Taylor closes the gap. The crowd parts, Drake steps back, Billie Eilish leans forward, eyes wide. Cameras were capturing the storm brewing in black chiffon. Taylor snatches the mic from Caitlin's hand, her fingers brushing the reporters with a flicker of heat. Caitlin stumbles a half step, caught off guard, but Taylor doesn't blink. She turns to the sea of faces, glittering gowns, stunned stares, and her gaze cuts through them all. I don't speak because I'm empty, she says, her voice low but molten, trembling with a fury she's held too long. I listen to the girl in the Bronx strumming a broken guitar, to the kid in Detroit who hums my songs to drown out the noise. You laugh because it's easy, because you've never had to hear them. The room's a tomb. Her words ricochet, raw and unscripted, each one a dagger aimed at the heart of the gala's gloss. I'm here for them. Not your punchlines, she continues, her eyes locking on Caitlin, who shrinks under the weight. So tell me, what's your laugh worth when it silences their dreams? She pauses, letting the question hang, then hurls the mic back at Caitlin. It hits the floor with a screeching thud. Feedback whines through the speakers, a jagged echo of her wrath. Taylor turns, her gown swirling like a shadow, and strides back to her seat. The silence cracks. Someone gasps. A Swiftie yells, "Yes, Queen," and then chaos erupts. Applause thunders, a tidal wave crashing over the hall. DiCaprio's on his feet, clapping slow and deliberate. Drake whoops, fists raised. Caitlin fumbles the mic, her face a mask of shock, muttering, "Holy shit," under her breath. The paparazzi go feral. Flashes blind the room. Phones live-stream the uproar. Taylor sits, crosses her legs, and sips her spilled champagne like nothing happened. But everything has. The Met Gala erupts as Taylor Swift settles back in her seat, the echo of her mic drop still buzzing through the speakers. The applause roars like a jet engine, unstoppable wild. Leonardo DiCaprio stands, his slow claps cutting through the din, a nod of respect from one titan to another. Drake pumps his fists, hollering, "That's my girl," over the crowd. Billie Eilish grins, whispering damn to her crew, while a cluster of Swifties near the back scream, "We stand forever." The hall's a pressure cooker, glamour cracking under raw, unfiltered awe. Caitlin Morris clutches the fallen mic, her blonde hair limp, her bravado shattered. "Holy shit," she mutters again, louder this time, and the front row catches it. Nervous laughter ripples out. She tries to recover, stammering, "Guess I hit a nerve, huh?" But it's weak, drowned by the tidal wave of noise. Her eyes dart at Taylor, who sips her spilled champagne. Cool as ice, legs crossed like she's on a throne. The power's shifted. Caitlin's the jester now, and the Queen's just reclaimed her court. The fallout's instant. Phones light up the room. Paparazzi flash. Influencer stream. TikTok explodes. A clip of Taylor's speech hits 15 million views in an hour. Caption, "She didn't just speak, she slayed." Hashtag Taylor Listens trends worldwide, alongside I listen, not laugh, scrawled across fan art and memes. Twitter's a battlefield. Caitlyn thought she'd roast Taylor, but got BBQ'd instead. One user quips, racking up 200K likes. Another posts, that Bronx girl line? I'm crying. She gets us. The Swifties flood Instagram with Taylor Heard Me edits, splicing her words with their own stories. By morning, the stories everywhere. TMZ blares. Swift shuts down skeptic in epic mic drop. CNN runs a panel. Is this Taylor's pivot to activist? Caitlyn, scrambling, tweets. Meant to roast her, got burned instead. Respect. But it's too late. Her cred's torched. The gala's fund soars. $25 million pours in overnight. A record sparked by Taylor's fire. Backstage, a producer shakes his head. Thought she was just a pop doll. Wrong as hell. Drake slides up to Taylor's table, grinning. You're a badass. She smirks, says, thanks, and nothing more. The night's hers. Undeniable. Unshakable. The Met Gala fades into the New York dawn, but Taylor Swift's shadow lingers. She slips out as the last claps fade. No press, no posing, just a black SUV vanishing into the city's pulse. Hours later, her Instagram lights up. A blurry pic of her cat Meredith sprawled on a piano. Caption meow says it all. No mention of the night, no victory lap. Classic Taylor, letting the moment breathe on its own. But the world can't let it go. Her words have claws, and they've sunk deep. By noon, the ripple's a tsunami. I listen, not laugh, is everywhere. Plastered on T-shirts in Times Square, scribbled on classroom whiteboards, trending with 2 million tweets. Kids in the Bronx post TikToks, strumming beat-up guitars with hashtag Taylor Heard Me. One viral clip hitting 8 million views. A girl sings, she heard me, when no one did. Detroit teens hum her hits into cracked phone mics, their stories weaving into hers. Music programs flood with donations, $30 million and counting. Guitars and drum kits piling up in schools from Harlem to Oakland. Teachers call it the Swift effect. Parents say it's hope. The media feasts. Ellen books a segment. Taylor's mic drop? Pop star or prophet? Rolling Stone runs the night Swift silenced her haters, dissecting her Bronx line like scripture. Caitlyn Morris, tail between her legs, gives a grudging CNN nod. I underestimated her. Biggest mistake of my career. Her roast's a punchline now. TikTok remixes her holy shit into oblivion. Critics try to claw back. It's just PR. But the public's deaf to it. A Swiftie posts, y'all called her a breakup machine. She's a damn movement. And it's retweeted 300K times. Days later, the echo grows. NYU offers a seminar. Swift silence. Power in pause. A Brooklyn principal names a music room Taylor's wing. Drake drops a freestyle. She don't talk much, but when she do, it's gold, racking up streams. Yet Taylor stays quiet. No interviews, no threads, just a leaked studio snippet. Her humming over piano chords, cryptic and haunting. Fans dissect it. Next album drop? She's cooking. The night's not just a win, it's a spark. She's not the breakup girl anymore. She's the voice for the unheard, the queen who roared without raising a shout. And the question lingers. What's she holding back? Because if this was Taylor unfiltered, the world's not ready for what's next.